Hi everyone and welcome back to another tutorial. Today we are going to be making a zipper pouch or a cosmetic bag, which is quite a handy thing to have and it's super easy to make. You can give it away as gifts, so you can just keep it to store all your things in. So for this zipper pouch, I have decided on making it 25 centimeters because that is the size of my zip, by 20 centimeters. You can actually use the same pattern. You can make ones that are much bigger and use them as book bags. You can make tiny little coin purses through the same pattern. It's all up to you. But for this one, I'm actually going to work according to the size of my zipper. Okay, so I'm laying my fabric down with the right side facing up, taking my zipper with the right side facing down, and I am putting it against the top part. So this is 20 centimeters and this is 25 centimeters. So I'm going to place it here, right sides together. Next I'm going to take my lining piece of fabric and I'm going to put the right side down and I'm going to line it up to the top so that all sides are matching. And now I'm going to take my pins and pin it all along the top. Now using my zipper foot, I'm going to sew all along the edges. The zipper foot will help me get as close as possible to the zip. If you do not feel comfortable using a zipper foot, you can just use your normal foot and just try and get it close to the zip as possible. If you don't get it close to the zip, it's not a train smash, it will still look fine. Okay, next we take the other fabric, we place it down with the right side facing upwards. We repeat the step by taking our zipper and we place the right side down against the fabric and lining it up neatly. And then we're going to place our lining fabric right side down, also in line. We're going to pin along the edges and then we are also going to use our zipper foot and sew across with a straight line. You should now end up with a piece that looks like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my iron and I'm going to press along here, and then I'm going to take my sewing machine and I'm going to sew just a top stitch on the tops against the zipper. It'll just give it a neat look when it finishes off, and also it will make it easier for you to open and close your zipper pouch without worrying about anything overlapping and getting your zipper stuck. You can skip this process or this step, but I think it's very important. It just makes it seem more professional. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and I will see you after that. Now that your top stitching is done, you're going to take the two front pieces of the pouch and you're going to fold them together, and you're going to take your lining pieces and you're going to bring them together. But before you do that, you're going to need to remember, this is very important, to open up your zipper just enough so that you can stick your hand through when you're turning it right sides out. Because remember, this zipper pouch is not going to have any raw sides. Once you are done putting them together, you're going to take your pin and you're just going to pin along the edges, and just leaving also over here just a little opening. So you might want to put a different color pin or something different just to remember that. And then you are going to sew all the way along, just leaving that little gap. Now that I have sewn all the way around where we pinned, I'm going to go to the corners and I'm just going to cut off these extra parts, getting as close as possible. What this does is it helps when you turn it inside out, so it doesn't have a bulge, but it has like a cleaner finish. There's nothing stuck in those corners. I'm going to do that for the outside piece, and I'm also going to do it for the lining piece. I am also going to cut out these extras from the zip. And now it is time to turn it back to the right side. So stick my hand into this hole, look for the opening in my zipper. Now I can flip it the right way. Okay, so now we are almost done. You can see how it looks. There's no raw edges. Looks pretty neat. So all that's left now to do is the inside gap that you left. You need to make sure that this is also nice and neat. Corners are pulled out. And then you're going to just get rid of this thread. you're going to fold it in nice and neatly. And you can either hand stitch so that it's invisible, or just do an entire stitch along the bottom corner. Nobody really sees this, but you also want your work to be neat on the inside. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then I'll show you the final product. Okay, so there you have it, your very own zipper or cosmetic pouch that you can make and share with friends, or you can just make for yourself.